Chapter 1: A Dream Life.
Anna stood by the large window of her beautiful house. Outside, the garden was full of flowers. A white car stood near the fountain. The sun was shining, and birds were singing. Everything looked perfect. But inside, Anna felt cold and empty. She was married to Richard Harris, a very rich businessman. Everyone in the city knew him. He was handsome, powerful, and always in the news. People said Anna was the luckiest woman. "She has everything," they whispered. Money, a mansion, a perfect husband. But they didn't know the truth. Anna had met Richard 5 years ago. She was working as a fashion assistant in a clothing store. One day Richard came in. He was charming and kind, at least that's how he seemed. He bought expensive clothes and smiled at Anna. "You have beautiful eyes," he told her. Anna blushed. No man had spoken to her like that before. They started dating. He took her to the best restaurants, gave her gifts, and treated her like a princess. After 6 months, he asked her to marry him. Anna said yes. Everyone told her she was lucky. Her friends were jealous. Her parents were proud. Anna believed she had found true love. But things changed quickly after the wedding.
Chapter 2: Behind Closed Doors.
The first few weeks of marriage were nice. Richard was busy, but he still brought flowers and kissed her goodnight. Then he started coming home late. When Anna asked why, he shouted, "Don't question me. I'm working for us." He stopped saying, "I love you." He stopped smiling. One night, Anna found lipstick on his shirt. It wasn't her color. "Who is she?" she asked, her voice shaking. Richard laughed. "You think I'm cheating? You should be happy I'm even here." Anna wanted to leave, but she looked at the big house, the diamonds, the rich life. She remembered her small apartment before marriage. She told herself, maybe I'm just being emotional. Maybe it will get better. But it didn't. Soon Richard began to hit her. The first time he slapped her for asking about his phone. She cried for hours. He didn't say sorry. Instead, he bought her a gold necklace the next day. "This will make you feel better," he said. And Anna wore it to cover the bruise on her neck. She kept quiet. She smiled in public. She posted happy pictures on social media. She told everyone, "My husband is very busy, but he loves me." It was a lie, but it was a lie she had to live.
Chapter 3: The Mask She Wore.
Every morning Anna woke up early. She brushed her long hair, put on makeup, and wore expensive clothes. She looked perfect. But when she looked in the mirror, she didn't see a happy woman. She saw someone pretending. She went to charity events, smiled in photos, and acted like the proud wife of a rich man. Women asked her, "What is your secret? How do you stay so perfect?" Anna always laughed and gave simple answers. "Just love," she would say. But inside she was tired, very tired. At night, Richard came home drunk. He didn't ask about her day. He didn't notice her tears. Sometimes he shouted, sometimes he hurt her. Anna hid the bruises under scarves and makeup. She told the maid she fell. She told the driver she had the flu. She lied to everyone, even to herself. But there was one place where Anna could be alone. A small room on the second floor. It had a soft chair, a window, and a little bookshelf. When Richard was gone, she went there and read. Books became her only friends. She read about women who were strong. Women who fought back, women who ran away and found new lives. Could I ever do that? She whispered to herself. Could I be strong too? But when she looked around her at the diamonds, the gold, the soft bed, she thought, no, I can't leave this. I'd have nothing. So she stayed. Another day. Another lie.
Chapter 4. Breaking Point.
One night, Anna waited for Richard until midnight. He didn't come home again. She called him, no answer. She texted, no reply. At 3 a.m. he walked in, smelling of perfume and alcohol. His shirt was open, his hair messy. "Where were you?" Anna asked. Richard laughed and poured himself a drink. "I'm tired of your stupid questions," he said. "You know what? I don't love you. I never did. You were just pretty and quiet." "That's what I needed, but now I want someone else." Anna froze. Her heart was beating fast. Richard looked her in the eyes. "I'm leaving you. I found someone better." He picked up his coat and left. Just like that.
Chapter 5. Rock Bottom.
The next morning, Anna sat alone in the kitchen. The maid had already left. The house was quiet, but her mind was loud. He left me. After everything, he left me. She cried for hours, then she looked around. It wasn't her house anymore. Richard took everything. The cars, the bank accounts, even the jewelry. The house was in his name. Lawyers came 2 days later and told her to leave. She packed 2 suitcases and walked out, alone. Anna moved into a small apartment in a busy part of the city. It was loud, dark, and cold. She had no job, no friends, no money. For the first time in years, Anna had to buy cheap food, cook her own meals, and wash her own clothes. She had never even touched a washing machine before. She cried every night. Her body ached, her heart was empty. But slowly, something changed.
Chapter 6. Small Steps.
Anna needed money. She had a few nice clothes, so she sold them online. It wasn't much, but it helped her eat for a few days. Then she looked for a job. Her hands shook as she walked into a small bakery one morning. It was warm inside, and the smell of bread made her feel a little better. "Are you hiring?" she asked the woman behind the counter. The woman, who looked about 50, smiled kindly. "Can you clean and help serve customers?" "Yes," Anna said. It was not the kind of job she imagined doing, but she had no choice. Her first week was hard. Her feet hurt, and she made mistakes. She dropped a tray once, and her face turned red from shame. But the owner, Mrs. Carter, didn't shout. She just laughed and said, "You'll learn." Anna did learn. She also started talking to people. Customers liked her quiet, polite way. They asked for her when they came in. Some even gave her tips. One night, while walking home, she looked up at the sky and smiled. It was a small smile, but a real one. "I'm doing it," she whispered. "I'm living."
Chapter 7. The Mirror of Truth.
After 2 months, Anna had enough money to buy a mirror for her apartment. Until then, she had avoided seeing her own face. She didn't want to remember the old version of herself, the sad, weak woman with expensive things but no soul. She hung the mirror on her wall and stood in front of it. Her hair was tied up. Her skin was pale. She wore cheap clothes. But her eyes looked clear and strong. "I am not that woman anymore," she said to her reflection. "I am not just a wife. I am not broken." She started doing more. She read books again, but this time books about business and baking. She asked Mrs. Carter to teach her how to bake better. She watched videos and learned online. Soon she could bake cakes, cookies, and even bread. Mrs. Carter was impressed. "You're good," she said one day. "Maybe one day you'll have your own bakery." Anna laughed. Maybe. But that maybe stayed in her mind. That night she took a notebook and wrote, "My dream, my own bakery." It felt impossible, but so did surviving without Richard, and she had done that.
Chapter 8. The Fire Inside.
Months passed. Anna worked hard every day. She saved every little coin. She stopped buying things she didn't need. She cooked at home, walked to work, and said no to anything extra. Mrs. Carter noticed. "You're working like you're building something." Anna smiled. "Maybe I am." One evening, Anna passed by an empty shop. The windows were dusty, and the lights were off, but she stopped and looked inside. She could almost see her dream there. Bright lights, the smell of cinnamon rolls, the sound of coffee machines. She checked the price. It was cheap, but still too much for her. Still, she didn't stop dreaming. At home, she made a plan. How much she needed. What she would sell. What she would name her bakery. She decided on Anna's oven, simple, warm, and hers. She worked even harder. She baked at night and sold cookies to neighbors. She made small cakes for children's birthdays. Bit by bit, the money came. And the fire inside her grew stronger.
Chapter 9. A Familiar Face.
One rainy afternoon, as Anna served tea to a customer at the bakery, the door opened and a man walked in. Her heart stopped. It was Richard. He looked surprised to see her. He wore a dark suit and expensive shoes, but his face was tired, and his eyes looked different. "Anna?" he said, as if he didn't believe it. "Yes," she answered calmly. He looked around the bakery. "You're working here?" "Yes." He stepped closer. "I heard what happened. I didn't think you'd survive." Anna's hands were cold, but her voice was strong. "I did more than survive." Richard looked uncomfortable. "You look different." "I am different," she said. "You took everything from me, but I built something you never could, peace." Richard opened his mouth to speak, but Anna turned away. "I have work to do. Please leave." He stared for a moment, then slowly walked out. The door closed behind him. Anna leaned on the counter and breathed deeply. Her hands shook a little, but her heart was light. She had faced her past, and she had won.
Chapter 10. The First Step to Freedom.
The day Anna signed the papers for her own shop, she couldn't believe it. It was a small place, not big or fancy, but it had large windows, a good oven, and enough space for her dream to begin. She cleaned it herself, painted the walls soft yellow, and placed flowers by the windows. She put a little sign outside, "Anna's Oven, opening soon." She worked late into the nights. She baked and tested recipes. She designed a simple menu: cinnamon rolls, banana bread, cookies, and fresh coffee. Every item was something she loved. Opening day came. She wore a simple dress and tied her hair back. Her hands were shaking as she unlocked the door. Would anyone come? But by noon, the little bakery was full. Old customers from Mrs. Carter's place came. Neighbors brought their children. Even Mrs. Carter came and gave her a big hug. "I'm proud of you," she said. "You did this." Anna smiled with tears in her eyes. "I did." That night, when she counted the money in the register, it wasn't a lot. But it was enough. More than that, it was hers.
Chapter 11. Building a New Life.
Anna's days became busy and full. She woke up early, baked with love, and served her customers with joy. People came not just for the food, but for the warmth. Her bakery was different. It felt like home. She hired a young girl named Mia to help. Mia reminded her of herself, quiet but smart. Anna treated her with kindness and respect, something she had never received from Richard. She also started speaking at local women's groups. She told her story, not with shame but with strength. Many women cried and thanked her. "You gave me hope," one said. "I thought I was alone." Anna learned something very important. Her pain had not been for nothing. It helped others. It made her strong. And it helped her become someone new. One Sunday evening, she sat in her apartment with a cup of tea and looked around. The place was still small but cozy. There were flowers on the table, and a little picture of her bakery on the wall. She thought about her past, about Richard, the mansion, the fake smiles. Then she thought about today, the bakery, the real smiles, the peace inside her. For the first time, she didn't feel pain when she remembered. She felt proud.
Chapter 12. A New Love.
One winter morning, as Anna arranged fresh cookies in the window, a man entered the bakery. He was tall, with kind eyes and messy hair. He smiled shyly. "Hi," he said. "I pass by here every day. Your bakery always smells amazing. Today I couldn't stop myself." Anna smiled. "Welcome in. Would you like to try something warm?" He chose a cinnamon roll and sat at the corner table. Every bite he took made him smile more. When he finished, he came to the counter. "That was the best thing I've eaten in years," he said. "I'm Tom, by the way." "I'm Anna." He left but came again the next day, and the next. Soon they were talking more. About books, music, travel, and life. Tom was a teacher, gentle and respectful. He never pushed Anna, never asked too many questions. He listened. One day Tom stayed to help her clean up. As they stood in silence, he looked at her and said softly, "You have something rare, Anna. You've been through something hard, but you shine." Anna felt her heart open a little. "I was broken once," she said, "but I fixed myself piece by piece." He nodded. "I can see that, and I like who you are now." It wasn't fast. It wasn't like the movies. But slowly, carefully, Anna allowed herself to feel again. This time it was real.
Chapter 13. The Strength Within.
A year had passed since Anna opened her bakery. The shop had grown. People lined up outside in the mornings. She had hired 2 more helpers. She taught baking classes on Sundays. The place was full of life and laughter. On the bakery's 1-year anniversary, Anna stood in front of her little team and a crowd of customers. She gave a short speech. "Some of you may not know my full story," she said. "But I want to say this. Life can break you, yes. People can hurt you. But inside each of us is a power stronger than pain. I didn't know I had it. But I found it, and I built something from nothing." People clapped. Some had tears in their eyes. That night, Anna closed the bakery and stood outside. She looked up at the stars. She had lost a rich life, but found a meaningful one. She had suffered, but learned how strong she really was. She didn't wear diamonds anymore. She didn't live in a mansion. But she had something better. Peace, purpose, pride. And love. Love for herself most of all.